Go. And welcome back to Sydney's Amaroo Park Raceway. The roar of the great V8s as they come onto the racetrack now at Amaroo for their 5-litre heat here this afternoon. Fantastic crowd, biggest crowd we've seen at Amaroo Park for I don't know for how many years. Just fabulous to see. Here's the lineup. Thomas Mazira out of winning the Peter Jackson Dash. Of course, starts out of pole position. Dick Johnson out of position number 2. Mark Scape and the Winfield Commodore from 3. Alan Jones from 4. And Glenn Seaton from position number 5. From 6, it's John Bow. 7th is Wayne Gardner. 8th, Jimmy Richards. 9th, Larry Perkins. And 10th is Peter Brock. Not a bad top 10, eh? From 11, it's Neil Crompton and the GIO Commodore, followed by Tony Longhurst and the Benson and Hedges BMW, then Trevor Ashby, Terry Finnegan. Bob Pearson starts out of 15 in the Product Commodore. From 16, Paul Morris. 17, it's Jeff Bull. 18, John Blanchard. 19 is Chris Smurden. And out of 20, Bob Jones in the Ampol Commodore BP. Well, Thomas Mazira on pole and Wayne Gardner back there in the pack, starting from position number 7. I guess it would be a fairly hectic day for HRT team manager Neil Lowe, who's down in pit lane with Andy Raymond. As we take race cam in the Peter Brock car, the mobile race cam, Brocky lining up. 48th birthday 2 days ago, and Peter Brock starting his silver anniversary season of competition. Thomas Mazira moves up now. Now Dickie Johnson. Fairly warm day, Alan Moffat. It's going to be hard on tyres.
The tyres will come into it for sure. Not as hot as it has been on occasions in the past, Mike, but definitely hot enough to be a bother and hot inside those cars.
BMW is more inclined to play a role in the later race and not the early race.
I think they need distance to help them, but the preparation we've seen on the whole field has been of such a high standard this year that everybody's in with a chance.
Hope you enjoy the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship, the 5-litre heat from Sydney's Amaroo Park. And Thomas Mazira gets off the line. Johnson is sideways. Scape goes up the inside route. We'll try and separate them before they make it to the top of the hill. And John Bow on the outside getting the crunch up to the top of the hill. Listen to the crowd as they dive now into Dunlop Loop. And here they come. Mazira's gone wide. Johnson now up on the inside. Scape moves to second. Then coming up on the inside of them was Alan Jones, followed by Glenn Seaton. Boy, we've seen 3 positional changes. They haven't even done half a lap yet. They're running to the downside, and here comes Mark Scape sitting in behind Dick Johnson as they make their way to the bottom of the hill.
Forward, Holden, forward as they swing through the bottom of the circuit for the first time. A fantastic start, 4 wide as they came up the hill. You saw John Bow get pushed off in the dust as they come up the hill. Exciting stuff in the opening lap of this 11-lapper.
Well, Dick Johnson showed us in the Dash for Cash this morning that he meant business. You can still see the dint on his front bumper bar where he was harassing Mazira. I don't know what happened to Mazira on the opening lap. He must have gone wide through Dunlop Loop, but whatever it was, it's cost him dearly.
They get to the top of Bitchapave Hill and work to the right-hander of Dunlop Loop, and Mark Scape is the boy on the move in Winfield number 1 car, trailing Dick Johnson. Johnson in the Shell Falcon gets it sideways on the exit to that turn. And here comes Scape up on the inside. Johnson shuts off the option.
Not the right part of the track to try and pass, Mike. He hasn't got the distance. He needs to be closer and a better position to be able to make a move like that. That's the fastest corner on the circuit, that right-hander, and certainly not the place to be actually executing a maneuver like that, not with Dick Johnson, the man you're trying to pass.
Thomas Mazira started on pole, has gone back to 5th, and Wayne Gardner behind him as they come across the line. Just look at these V8s using all of the racetrack over our speed camera.
See Johnson's car snap sideways there under power as he drifted onto the front straight. These things are really moving around this circuit. Mark Scape has been the fast guy Friday and Saturday. Mucked up qualifying yesterday, but boy, he's really on the pace in race trim.
The only way, I guess you could say he mucked it up, he came out way too late. And the track was still full of cars and he couldn't get a fair shot at it. At the moment, we've got a Ford sandwich working on Mark Scape. We've got Dick Johnson at the head of the field. Mark Scape in second spot. Glenn Seaton in the Peter Jackson Falcon, followed by John Bow. Next is Thomas Mazira. and then Wayne Gardner sits right in behind his teammate. He's been separated by Alan Jones, Jim Richards, Neil Crompton in the GIO Commodore, Peter Brock and Terry Finnegan in the Foodtown Commodore.
Keep in mind too, these 5-litre V8 racing, this is going to be an intense tyre war throughout 1993, and already it's starting to happen. We've got the Dunlop Shot Falcon at the front, the Yokohama car second, and the Bridgestone Falcon third.
Heading to the top of the hill again, Mark Scaife. And there's Glenn Seaton, the Peter Jackson EB Falcon. Didn't get away to the best of starts. Scaife uses a little agricultural land there on the inside of the circuit. Johnson very taily as he gets to the exit of Dunlop Loop and really working the tyres.
He's throwing it, like he's driving it hard. He knows he's got the lead. He certainly doesn't have to have any problem understanding that. But he knows he's got Mark Scaife behind him, and he's trying to make every inch of the road a winner. He is throwing it around. These cars now with 12-inch wide rims, a very nice rim for the tire, and these fellows can get in it and go from the word go. It was one of the biggest features when the formula was announced, that at last we've got some tires on the car. We don't have to nurse them lap after lap. We can get in and do what we like doing, and that's drive them hard. Dick Johnson's doing that right now.
He certainly is. Johnson leads them over the top and down into Dunlop Loop again, the 17 car, followed by Mark Scaife. Next, of course, is Glenn Seaton as we take our special Apollo race cam, courtesy of the Sydney Holden Dealer Network. This is from the tail of the GIO Commodore. Neil Crompton driving. He's gone a little wide there, and as you can see, there's Terry Finnegan up on the inside. Crompton running in 10th spot. There he is, beautifully turned out Bob Forbes race car. Running for GIO, Terry Finnegan, and of course the Ashby Reed Dulux Auto Colour machine right behind him. Larry Perkins in the Castrol Commodore. Gee, are they having a fierce battle. And they're back running 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th up front. Dickie Boy from Queensland just gives the arm car a bit of a shuffle as he brings her up the front straight.
Back door handle got a rub there.
I guess, Alan Moffat, that's a fair indication of just how physical these cars are to drive. They've got big wings and things on them, but as John Bowe told me yesterday, they do still move around a hell of a lot on the racetrack.
Still requires a lot of energy, and these drivers will be getting so hot with the bonnet heat, under bonnet heat, the exhaust pipes coming through the car. They'll come out of the cars looking like, well, I was going to say roosters, but I think turkeys would probably be more to the point. Extremely hot.
Glenn Seaton, I notice, Alan, has started to just pull up marginally on Mark Scaife at this stage.
Glenn's got a very nice handling car, Mike. I think didn't, as you mentioned before, didn't quite get the best of starts, but he's certainly able to capitalize on the race, and he's sneaking up ever so slowly onto Scaife's bumper bar, and I think he's just pacing himself at whatever time Dick is doing.
Can you believe it? We've already reached half race distance. This has been fabulous stuff. 5 to go. Just cocking the back wheel up over the top of the Rebel strip on the way to Dunlop Loop. Here's Glenn Seaton again. Alan's made a correct point there, just how nicely the car sits on the racetrack. He sits in behind Mark Scaife, who's been the big mover. I've mentioned that earlier today. Freddie Gibson and his Winfield team have done a marvellous job preparing their cars. There's John Bowe going through. Next you'll find is our pole sitter, Thomas Mazera. Mazera might get a little luck out of this in that he made a poor start, but he'll get the pole back for the integrated final later this afternoon. They should have 4 laps to go the next time across the strike. Dickie Johnson of Queensland, John Bowe, his teammate, then Thomas Mazera coming through. Alan Jones is next, followed by Wayne Gardner.
Well, whatever mistake Thomas made on the opening lap, he'll certainly put that in the memory bank. He won't want a repeat of that. He had an excellent run here yesterday to get pole position, and did well in the dash as well, not to lose the front row, and to not be able to capitalize on that position. He's going to be kicking himself. We take our Dunlop race cam. We're riding on the roof of Dick Johnson's Falcon EB as he heads down to the left-hander. Just watch the car as the acceleration out of here. Neil Lowe, as I said earlier, has got a pretty tough old day with Thomas Mazera starting in pole, and Wayne Gardner with his first initiation to Australian touring car racing. Let's go down to Andy Raymond, who's with Neil Lowe.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mike. I guess it was a lot happier for Neil Lowe before the race. Not the ideal start for Thomas.
No, obviously there's a bit of a problem over the top of the hill. But I think this track is so tight and the racing is so close that one little mistake and you lose 4 or 5 places.
Okay, Neil Lowe talking with Andy Raymond there in the pits as we go back to the action. We were talking of Thomas Mazera, and there he is. Car number 15 is tailing John Bow in the number